I'm doing good. Running some errands. Enjoying the day. I'm not gonna be on here this long today like I usually do. But I want to talk to you about this. Let me go out that far. What I want to talk to you about is about the Nolan Wells case, and I want to talk to you about the press conference. I watched some of the press conference yesterday, and I finished watching it this morning that Ben Crump gave about the coroner report for the autopsy. And what they found was basically it really didn't show much different from what the original report said. The coroner said there's no evidence that let me rephrase that. The coroner said that he couldn't determine whether it was foul play or not foul play, and he said it would have to the conclusion of how he died and what happened, the cause of his death, will have to be determined in a trial or during an investigation. But the problem I have with this whole process is that Ben Crump, in my opinion, he took this tragedy and turned it into a circus yesterday, because why the hell do you have the head of NAACP there, Derek Johnson? Then he had Kidd Klutch, who was a administrator for Civil Rights Division, Kidd Klutch. He had her there, and then he had, of course, Nolan Wells' parents, which I don't think he should have brung all those people out there for that. And I think the coroner should have been there to give the report while they were there. And I think, in my opinion, I think he should have had the parents standing up looking at that, because the mom looked sad. The father was so distraught that he barely could talk. He just like any father would feel about that, losing their son. Losing a kid is not a natural process, and that's what people fail to understand, is that Ben Crump and Al Sharpton are making a spectacle out of this. But you got to understand that this kid lost his life. This is a human being. These are parents that lost their child. So I get they're trying to make it another racial civil rights case. I get that, but it's like this. Take consideration for the family's feelings. They're grieving. They're sad. They're distraught. So don't take advantage of their pain in their grieving process. Be considerate of that. And that's my problem with what Ben Crump is doing, is that stop trying to make a spectacle out of it. And Al Sharpton too is trying to do that. And that's the thing. I feel sorry for this family, and I hope they get justice for their loved ones being lost. This is sad. I feel for them. And it's truly a tragedy. What I think needs to happen is that Ben Crump should litigate this through the courtroom and stop trying to litigate it through the media, because he's going to make a mess of it. I just ask that he give everybody grace in the situation, and that he litigates this case in the right way and don't make an embarrassment out of it anymore. Because I think this Wells family, they need to know what happened to their son. And justice should be served in this case. What's up, Jace Gaming? I'm driving right now, so I can't really see everything that's going on, the type. But thanks for joining the chat. But this is truly a tragedy, what happened. And next week I'm going to break down the other case that Ben Crump has. I think it's two of them he has. They're saying it's similar, but my problem with this whole case is, don't try to make this 2.0. That's what I think they're trying to make it into. And I'm like, that's not what it is. This is just a young man that went out with some friends, and he never returned with the friends. Whether the friends were guilty or not, if they were involved in his death or not, we don't know. I say let the process play out, let the investigation play out, let it go to trial, and let it go to court and see what happens. Do not try to litigate this case in the media, and do not keep bringing civil rights activists and the NAACP into this mess, because it's going to become something it's not. Just be fair. That's all I ask. We wish you good luck on your channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. This channel wouldn't be what it was without you all, each and every one of you. And this is why I do it, because I'm here to talk about stories and things that's going on in society right now that other people don't talk about it, or if they talk about it in a lens with mainstream media. I'm just talking about it as a concerned citizen and a human being and a person that just wants things to be fair and wants justice. And I just want things to get out the accurate way. I don't want to spin on it. Yeah, that's for everything. I think they're making a mistake making this thing into Emmett Till 2.0, because this is not what it is. I understand their deaths happen in the same place, and it's a historical meaning, and I understand the historical context of Mississippi on black people, on how a lot of black people, we don't trust Mississippi because it has a long history of lynchings in modern day times, in the past, and even with the Emmett Till thing. But what I ask is, do not try to make a martyr out of this kid or his parents. Just, I ask that Ben Crump and just follow the facts of the case and try to get justice for Nolan Wells. Because stop being an ambulance chaser. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Because by you becoming an ambulance chaser and making it something out of it that is not, these families are grieving, but you don't know this young man, but you're just making $1 off of him. And I understand that's your business, but as an attorney, but stop trying to stir up these racial divisions that already exist in our country and in the world, because it's not right. We need to have peace where everybody can come together and we can talk about these things honestly and stop with the grifting and the pimping and taking advantage of people's pain, because this is a serious thing, and I think it should be treated as a serious matter. And I'm praying for the family as they go through this, because this is tough. And I think we have to treat each of these cases that go on like this individually. Stop trying to lump everything together. Like, why are you trying to lump it and compare it to Emmett Till? It's not that. And there's two other cases that Ben Crump has. He's trying to compare those to this. One sounds similar. That's the one I'm going to talk about next week. But I don't understand why he's doing that. It's like, stop it. This family is in pain. These families are in pain. They need to know what happened, but don't stoke up these racial divisions when it doesn't need it. If it's warranted, you need to call out if it's racism, and if they murdered unalived the guy, they was involved in that, his death, they should be brought to justice. If they didn't, so be it. We got to live with the decision, but we need to just look at this through the lens of what happened. We got to be curious about what happened. Don't sit here and get all up in your emotions without seeing what happened in the process and how they came to the conclusion. This thing didn't get to trial yet, so why are we why is Ben Crump out here trying to litigate it in the media, litigate it in the courtroom? It was somebody, I don't know if it was T.O., correct me if I'm wrong, allegedly, I ain't gonna say happened, because I heard one of them said it, that Donald Trump needs to bring in the FBI to investigate it. I'm like, this is not an FBI matter or a DOJ matter. This should be investigated by the local police, and that's it, or the state police. And the DAs need to bring the case in the courtroom if there's evidence that they were involved in his death. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that. And thanks for joining me today. I appreciate y'all coming on here every week to spend some time with me. And I hope we can do this next week and discuss some more of this case and the other cases. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I ask that you subscribe to the channel. And those of you that viewed it, continue to like it and hit the bell notification for more updates. This is Kidd Klutch. Follow me at I am Kidd Klutch on IG. Follow me KiddKlutch on X. Follow me on KiddKlutch Productions on IG and KiddKlutch. Anything you see that has KiddKlutch on it and I'm associated with it, support it. Have a good day.